He came to destroy Rome's evil. Jesus was an atmosphere changer. Jesus didn't show up and Jesus was like, oh, I'm just going to take this gay flag. Thank you. I love these gay people so much. I'm going to wave their gay banner for everybody to see it so everybody knows that I love gay people. No, Jesus did not do that. Jesus would not have done that. Jesus changed atmospheres. Atmospheres didn't change Jesus. Jesus influenced people. People did not influence Jesus to change to their ways or their ideas or ideals. Jesus implanted the heavenly kingdom's ideas and ideals into man. The ways that the world should live is based on kingdom living, not the world's living. We got it all messed up. And the reality is the church has compromised itself. The church has given in to the world, and the church is confused, and the enemy is no fool on what he's doing. He's dividing the church. But if we look at scripture, what does scripture say? All over scripture, you see compromise. And when compromise happens, you see things don't turn out well, do you? Even when the prophets of old compromise, they scared to kill Jezebel, what happens? He's got to raise somebody up to kill Jezebel. What happens when Jesus says, don't bring the spoils of war into this camp, and it's found out that some of the soldiers or some of the men have snuck in some plunders of the war? Now they got to die. We can't compromise. We can't play games with Jesus. What happened when, even in the New Testament, when Sephora and, wife and husband, came before Ananias and Sephora had they came before the disciples and said, oh, this is what we give. And the disciple says, have you held anything back? Oh, no, we ain't held nothing back. They lied in their hearts, and both of them were killed. Yes, God is a loving God, but we see a God all throughout scripture who's dealing with his people when it comes to sin and the dangers of sin. Sin will destroy not just an individual, but sin will destroy a nation and a people. Look what happened to God, to the Israelites, to the people that Moses led out of Egypt from captivity. Only 2 people from all the captives that were of age saw the promised land. They had let stuff get into their heart. They started building graven images. We can't compromise. Only Joshua and Caleb didn't compromise, and only Joshua and Caleb saw the promised land. We can't be the ones who compromise. We can't be God's people who are God's people, but God's people who are like, we just don't want to offend the world. We don't want to offend the church. If the church, whatever that denomination or church may be, goes against God, then we got to say, you know what? I'm bailing. I'm not going to be a part of a church that is compromised and that is possibly walked away from the faith. We got to have a passion and a zeal for God. God deals treacherously with sin. God doesn't deal with sin easily. He deals with the sinner with love and compassion, but he destroys sin, and all the demonic forces that are attached to sin, he will destroy. And any people that comes against him, he will destroy. When Judas did what Judas did, Judas is not getting compassion today. There's no compassion to Judas no more. Judas made a decision in his heart to betray Jesus. And yes, he could have been forgiven. But whatever thing happened inside his heart, it rotted him out, all the goodness out, and the enemy lied and fooled him. We can't be fooled like that, y'all. Church, we gotta be willing to stand up and stand with Jesus no matter what. We can't give in. There's too much giving in on the world today, and too much giving in the church. And if the issue of the day is homosexuality and it's infiltrating and rotting the church from the inside out, we need to do something out and call it out. And if there are people in the church who have made up their mind that they are going to be enemies with God, against God on the matter, then we need to cut them off. That's it. We can still love them and pray for them, but we can't never come in agreement with this.